What is up, people? Megasonic here with another episode review for Boruto. This time, episode 19, and we are finally at Boruto's Sarada arc, which is probably one of the more interesting arcs of the whole series so far, as well as the fact that also I find it really weird that they added on more, which I feel like they heard the criticism from the when the chapters came out 2 years ago. So they finally listened to criticism and added more to the whole bunch of the story because it felt really sped up and cluttered. But anyway, let's get on with the review. So this episode does certain things different from the actual manga, which I'll get into, and I'll explain first. First thing it does, it sets up one thing and one thing only is the fact that it's a Sadara focused episode, and everything's from Sadara's sort of perspective of things. Even in the beginning of the episode, they show a paintbrush going across to form the Uchiha mark, which the same color scheme is Sadara, and as well as getting into the character of her as well. She's watching everyone train with their fathers and stuff. You see Shikadai trading, you see Inogen trading, you see you see Rock Lee Metal training, and even Boruto is getting the attention of his father, which I think it also kind of brings attention to how spoiled and considerate Boruto is, because Boruto will sit there and go on complete rants on why he hates Naruto and why Naruto's a shitty dad and Naruto doesn't spend time with him, which is funny because Naruto would, a shadow form would charge at you for just messing the Hokage monument up. And it's just really, you're in no space to complain when you're like Sada, who really doesn't even know who her father is and really doesn't understand why is he gone or what's her family whole thing set up. She doesn't even understand anything about her own mother and their relationship with her father. It's just a lot of things. And then it also goes into why the whole Naruto fan base kind of dislikes Boruto, because Boruto comes off as not as a kid who misses his father, but more of a spoiled brat who just wants attention from his dad, even though his dad has a really heavy position. It just you're complaining about your father. Meanwhile, the girl who has never met her father since she was probably 3 years old has never complained about him once not being around. And I guess because that has to do with how the characters are. She's not too much open about her feelings as much as Boruto is. Boruto's confident. She's confident, but not in her emotions. But anyway, everyone's training, and it kind of gives a reason why Naruto and Boruto was interacting in the manga. Boruto was training with Naruto, a Naruto clone. That's what they said. In the anime, they changed it to Boruto messing with writing the 88 kanji on Naruto's monument, and a shadow clone obviously rolling up and was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And they tussle a little bit, which is weird. Also, I think he obviously was holding back because he got that Goku disease and he has to hold back on everyone. But I get it, he's this kid. But Naruto's faster than that. We mean he couldn't grab Boruto, but I guess he was just playing along with Boruto because even though Sakura, even not Sakura, Sadara, he tells Sadara, "Don't tell nobody," and Naruto goes, "Hey, have you seen Boruto, Sadara?" And she just points the opposite direction, which Shikamaru points out he could have easily found you with Sage Mode. He doesn't. He's playing with you, and Naruto goes, "I know that," and he's like, "You gonna need to leave your father alone," and da 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 da, and all that stuff. And they kind of brag and brat to each other about it. So Sakura gets home, and she's looking at a photo of Sasuke, and her vision begins to get blurry. Now, I don't understand. This was not in the manga. This is something new. I would believe that this could either be her Sharingan finally beginning to flourish, because she has all these doubt and these emotions about everything about her father. That obviously her eyes will be having effects to that, because that's what happens with the Sharingan. Is affected by emotional strain. Just for you guys to know. So Sakura comes home, and Sakura mentions that she's kind of getting blurry, with Sakura kind of jumps up "Oh, now what's happening?" And Sakura's it's just could be the glasses. I probably need a new prescription or something, which I'm not gonna get into because it happens at the end of the arc, but you get what I'm saying. So Boruto, no, but I see Boruto. Why Boruto's in it? He ain't this. This is not his show. Even though his name's on it, it's not his show. But Sadara goes. So Sadara and Sakura talk about like those situation with Sasuke and like has dad ever wear glasses. Sakura goes, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Like just talking about her about her father, and Sakura's kind of dodging answers, like dodging kind of questions, like, "Oh well, da 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 da," or "Oh, you'll figure out later," or "I'll tell you when you're," like stuff like that. And obviously, Sakura is not getting the answers she needs, so she then goes to the local Leaf Village library. Reads up on the Uchiha clan, which is her family lineage, and she reads about the Sharingan all the way down to her lineage, and after she reads the story about her lineage, she goes to the bookkeeper and asks him the front desk and asks him like, yo, do you have anything about Sasuke Uchiha? And they like, of course we do. And then he clicks on the computer and finds out it's restricted. So obviously this is to either hide some things about Sasuke, such as his criminal background or some things probably from the new generation. Not in like a negative way, but something that like only like higher ups may want information about, like let's say council members, Naruto, or anyone else. But I feel like even though like Sakura can like write down and be he asked Sakura you can write down for a request to review it, and Sakura goes, no, Sadara goes, no, that's okay. Which is kind of funny because if you state, hey, I am the daughter of Sasuke Uchiha, they probably most likely would let you see the information about Sasuke since you are of kin and lineage. So, anyway, Sadara leaves it at that. And then she confronts Sakura about the whole issue, saying, like, why are you not telling me the answers I need? I want to learn more about my father. Are y'all even together? And, it angers Sakura to the point she slams the ground, which is straight out the manga, and she ends up destroying the house in the process, and which she obviously faints from fatigue from work as well as the stress that Sada is doing onto her because she can't really explain. We all like if you read the manga, you know why Sasuke is not home or not around, and there's a reason for it. It's not just he's just not there. There's like he's on a whole like interesting mission, and so you obviously can't tell everyone where Sasuke's at because it's confidential. It's a confidential. It's literally like Kage level business. Like no one other than like Naruto, Sasuke, Shikamaru, and probably a few others know where Sasuke is really at. He's hopping dimensions, but um, so Suzune, I believe her name is Suzune. Yeah, Suzune comes in, and she used to be the assistant to Tsunade, but Tsunade we haven't seen in a while, so I don't know if we will ever see Tsunade in the Boruto. I think those characters will be saved for like much later, probably as a little cameo or a little like arcs, because we got to see Kakashi the last arc, and Suzune, she's here and she's like helping out with Sakura, getting her well, and they go to the hospital and Sadara is checking out this picture of Sasuke, and she noticed Karen Uzumaki, who is like the healer from the Takas, as well as like Orochimaru's like one of his assistants who watched over one of his wards. Um, and Sadara knows one thing, that the girl looks very similar to her and also has the same glasses, which is weird design aspects. She doesn't really look necessarily similar to her own mother. She looks more like a mix of Sasuke and Kira, which is weird. And I guess that's what they wanted you to believe for this arc. I'm not going to spoil it for the people who didn't really see this arc or didn't read it when it came out, but keep your eye out for like what's really her parent, who really her parents are. But she asks Susune, and Susune asks like, she goes, where was I born? And she's like, yes, of course Sakura's your mother, no problem about it. She goes, okay, but where was I born? Like, do you have information for that? And obviously the hospital does not have information about that, because us the manga readers, we know where she was actually born, but the anime only watchers are probably scratching their head at this. They probably gonna watch this like going crazy every week. And I'm not trying to judge you anime users, any anime only watchers, but you get the idea. Like, we're ahead of the game. Going into like how there is a scene where she's at like I'm gonna call it Konoha's Burger King because they always eat there a lot. Like you had Ichiraku Ramen, which was like the hangout spot for the whole Konoha 11, and now you got this McDonald's X burger shop place where everyone likes to eat, even drinks the Naruto drinks. Like in Japan, they have these like customized Naruto cups, and those are the cups they always drink from in the anime. So it's kind of meta, like fourth wall breaking, whatever. But she kind of like she's eating and she kind of hears Chocho arguing with her family about food in general, and it's just funny because Chojo has this whole dilemma where she doesn't believe Choji is her father, and this is supposed to be the comic relief of the whole arc. And trust me, it gets really, really stale and old after like a few more jokes. You're gonna wish Chojo to shut the fuck up because she's annoying when it comes to situations like this. What whole thing about Chojo is the fact that she is focusing more on how pretty much Choji is like fat and he doesn't eat this type of food or whatever. Like being judgmental to her father, which Choji kind of laughs off, and and she also kind of mentions that, oh, I look nothing like my parents, which even makes Sadara laugh. It made me laugh a little bit too because it's like, first of all, you like the only black kid in this whole village and you're fat. Like there's only two people that could be your actual parents, and they're sitting right over there. And I think that's even going to do Sadara's head. Like, you fat black bitch. Like, shut up. And she mentions how time when she was really sick when she was really young, and her mom was giving her medicine. This guy was in the room and he was offering, just check after her, which if you can see from the drawing, it's obviously Choji, but I'm not gonna say it is because I know people who don't read the manga is probably like, but it kind of tells you straight up that that's Choji. Even they just cover the eyes, not the face, so it's pretty obvious who that is. If you've read Naruto or watched Naruto before, you know Choji does. If he goes all out, he does lose a lot of body mass. So that's one thing you have to like check out. But anyway, so like Mizuki overhears and goes, "That's tragic heroin like syndrome," and she kind of gets offended and is like, "Yo, fuck off, this douchebag," and he steps up like whatever, like. But I like Mizuki's like whole attitude towards it because he's very condescending, but he's also like very smart mouth with it too. He's like, "What are you talking about? Your parents are right there. Like you're the only person that looks like this. Like you fat and you black, but whatever." But he says it in his own way that doesn't come off. He reminds me. Okay, this is the one thing. The whole new Team Seven dynamic with Sadara, Boruto, and Mizuki. It's very similar to Naruto and Sakura, but not Sasuke. No, no, no. Mizuki reminds me more of Sai, because Sai, when he was introduced, he had very like social quirks that kind of people deem like unnecessary, like talking about people's like features and making fun of people and like being awkward around. Like it was so funny with like seeing like his character develop and trying to learn how to like congregate with everyone. But anyway, so that's pretty much the episode. And like Chojo's like, let's go on a journey to find which Sadara thinks. Oh, Suzune says the only person that you could probably tell you about your father the most is the seventh Hokage because they used to be lovers. But I'm good. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But Sadara goes to go ask the seventh Hokage about like, look, um, like who's my father, where he's at, and which he's obviously gonna go meet up with. But the episode ends with Sasuke coming out of a portal from a different dimension and on his Rick and Morty shit, but then he gets attacked by this like cloak figure, and this is the sort of the arc's villain, and I hope if they're adding more to the whole arc, because the arc was like 12 chapters, I believe. If they're adding like more story to it, I feel like they should add more emphasis on the villain's like character, because the villain was very textbook as you could get with a villain. So I really think they're gonna plan on doing that because they heard the criticisms from the last arc, and a lot of people including myself, is like was like this is like a really dry villain. Like, can we get something else? Like, I'm not saying we gotta get a Obito, a Madara, or even a Orochimaru, but can we get like someone on the lines of, I don't know, a Pain type, or like hell, like a freaking, like someone who has a greater goal. Like, I want this art to be interesting. But yeah, this episode was nice. The animation was pretty honed and key. It's, typical Boruto. I like how they added more to like the whole manga story, because there's a lot of scenes of like her going to the library and reading, and her talking to Sakura at the dinner table was not in the actual manga, which was good to add on more scenes to fill up the episode. Honestly, make this arc feel more full and more fleshed out. Well, that's my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you want to see more reviews like this, hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this as well, hit the icon above. I have a video up there for you guys to watch. If you want to check that out, feel free to. Megasonic out.